Hello and welcome to part 2 of this mini series of getting rid of a sketchbook that I truly dislike. If you want to know the reason why and see our first part, will be linked down in the description. I have 5 pages left. Those are my last 5 pages on this sketchbook, and after that I will give you an up close of these pages and we will do a quick sketchbook tour of everything we created in this very not appreciated sketchbook. So today, to fill up those 5 pages, I am using my Himi gouache. I love my Himi gouache and I don't get to use it nearly enough for how much I like it. I think it's just because it's too big and I have to really want to reach for it. So what I did last time and I'm doing this time as well, I create a background and then I'm going on top of it to create a design. And as I did last time as well, one of those 5 pages is going to be sort of my brush cleanup page, so I have absolutely no control over the background because it is just what is left on my brush that will be placed on the page, that in this case is the messy page right on the left that you can see already. Yes, I'm doing my cleanup right now. And I got 2 pages done. I am moving to the third one. I don't have any design in my mind. My goal is to have colors that are quite different from each other, and lately I'm working also very intuitively and expressively, so I try to just stay loose and grab the color that really inspire me and do movement that are inspiring for me. I'm adding a little bit more color, and as you see, I kept this page on the yellow side, the other on the Turkish side, like turquoise kind of color. And I have this cleanup page. I had a sort of already created page, yellow ochre background with some red on top, and here I'm going for a pale lilac. And as you see, guys, I really don't mind to mix my color right there on the palette. I actually not a big fan of mixing palette. It's just about the cleaning process and it taking too much space. So I got used to just mixing here and there. And now it's time to create our design. Here, as you see, I start with an acrylic marker, a green one, because I was thinking, oh, okay, I can just do some simple flower, but then I had to step away, and when I came back I was like, you know what, those they look like jellyfish to me, no flower. I have to create some jellyfish. So in a very simple way, without looking any reference, I use different color of acrylic marker, and I went around filling up my page with those very weird jellyfish, and I had some spot of gold on the rest of the page. One is done, 4 more to go. For my second one, I decided to go with this gray lilac sort of background, and it actually reminded me of a photo that I took myself a few months back over the summertime, where it was this gray wall and on top there was like greenery with a touch of color from flower. And of course I didn't go back to look at the picture because I was in a little bit of a time crunch, but I decided to proceed with oil pastel. Now, as you see, there are two different sizes oil pastel, one a bit chunkier, one slimmer. The slim one are the sennelier. I love using them, but I don't have a lot of color, so I'm using Faber-Castell, which is a bit of a medium hardness, which makes it quite good for detail, but not when you want to work more loose and expressively. I do have also another really good set of oil pastel, but yeah, I didn't want to take it for today video. So what I'm doing today is just from memory, I try to recreate that contrast of color. I do love to play with colors a lot in my design and with contrast of color. So this is what I'm doing today. I'm trying to jump back and forth between a red and green and going a little bit more on the sky because I realized there was the same gray lilac up and down and I needed a bigger difference than just the blue. I did change design. I will show you the final result later on, but basically that was all I did. For this brush cleanup palette, I felt like I could see a landscape right here and there. So I'm grabbing my willow charcoal to go around and follow the line that I was already seeing in my page. Sometimes some background can really surprise you, and what I was seeing basically is like a waterfall in between two rocky mountain. I don't know, probably nobody else see it, but I was seeing that, and I'm grabbing my soft pastel here to add some color and some definition. I try to keep it very loose, but I'm adding multiple tone of brown and greens so that I can give the idea of what is there without actually have to be super specific. And this is how I like to work lately. But yes, I'm very how to say, versatile when it comes to style. So one day you may see me working extremely loosely, one day I can be hyper detailed as well. And this is what I created for my what I believe to be third design or fourth already. We move into this greenish design, and I wanted to use this acrylic marker from Yono, but I'm having so much problem with this brand of acrylic marker. I don't have any control over it. Is coming or too much or not enough, so I always end up using it for my looser painting, and I'm using sort of as paint instead of acrylic marker paint. I don't know if you know what I mean, but yes, it's good if you want to lose control, but when you try to get a specific line, it can drive you a little bit insane. This marker, I'm having the same effect with all of them. So yeah, what I'm creating here is some bubbles under the sea sort of effect. So I'm using the blue first to create my circle or 3/4 of a circle of different dimension, different sizing, and a few dots here and there. I'm using now my white Posca pen to create a line on the inside that is just going halfway, and then the gold to create more depth with just some spot. But we realize that I wanted to have some gold also on the inside, and then I'm going to add a little bit more white later on. And this is it for this design. We have one more to go on our yellow page. And here we are. I wanted to use a different kind of supply, and I'm using my acrylic ink. This is why you saw me putting some water first on my acrylic page, and the reason was because the best of acrylic ink is when you can let them free. So I wasn't sure what to do with this page, but once I realized that I wanted to use my acrylic ink, I just let it be. I play around with different combination, and I use basically all of the color that I have in my possession, and I had lots of fun, and I created a really nice and cute abstract piece. Now I'm going to let all of this artwork dry and show you everything we created today and everything that is in this sketchbook. And we are back. Are you ready for the final tour? And finally we can put this sketchbook to rest. This is the sketchbook I've been so dreading to use in the past few months, but finally I am okay with myself because I actually use it. Those are the pages we created today. 1, 2, this abstract. There is one here. There you go. 3. 4 and 5, and this sketchbook has a total of 10 pages, but I did work on both sides. So here we go with the other 5 pages. This one, and I did this expressive flower work in watercolor, and this mixed media abstract piece. And this was working from a photo reference, another abstract, and I have 5 more pages in here. These are 10 design in here, 10 more design in here, and we have this one, and this was just a quick sketch with a pen on my own time. This one here, this was for Inktober. This one was for Inktober as well, and we did this one. I think it is the direction. I think it's this the direction. Inktober, just very loose. And this still life, and then it was just a swatching sheet of this was the art graph, and here we have a mix of supply that I got in a scroller box that came where this sketchbook came with, and yeah, I wasn't happy. Let me show you my favorite artwork from this sketchbook that they really make me feel like I wish I did it in another paper. Those two are probably my favorite, very different but both very loose and expressive, and I love both of them. It is finally over. We can put this sketchbook to rest.